Look at this picture attentively. One of these people doing planks isn't human. Can you figure out which one it is? It's the man on the right. Even though he seems to have a perfectly human reaction, he has two left hands. Weird. Now, how about these two ladies? Which of them is dangerous? The worker behind the lady on the left indicates that it's too dangerous to stand so close to the edge. So, this woman isn't dangerous. She is in danger. As for the woman on the right, she seems to be scared of the arriving train, but in fact, she is dangerous. Look at her belly. She's not pregnant. She's hiding something under her clothes. This scene looks like something from a nightmare. But once you get used to this spider woman, can you figure out who the prey is? It's actually the female monster. The man has a lasso to catch her. These two people seem to be in grave danger, but in reality, one of them is safe. Which one is it? Looking at the rope holding the man, it's tearing apart, so he's in danger. The woman is safe, at least physically. Now we have these two lovely grannies. Which of them is dangerous? What do you think? Look at the granny on the right. Her reflection is actually ahead of time, applying lipstick, while the real granny is just holding it in her hand. This granny is dangerous. The other just likes tartar, I'd say. I have a thing on my mind. It's super easy to lift, but hard to throw. Can you guess what it is? It's a feather. Do you know something that has 88 keys? It might sound exotic, but this thing is just a piano. I bet this riddle will make you think. Listen attentively. If there are 12 $5 coins in a dozen, how many $10 coins are in a dozen? 10, 12, 15, or 5? The correct answer is 12, since a dozen always has 12 elements. In a 7-story building, the higher the floor is, the more people live there. Based on this information, what floor does the elevator go to most often? The second, fourth, first, or seventh? If you have answered that the elevator goes to the first floor most often, you're absolutely right. Residents from all the floors must go to the first floor at some point. Almost all people have 10 fingers on both hands. Now, answer very fast. How many fingers are there on 10 hands? Even though it seems that the correct answer is 100, it's actually 50. If you disagree, find 10 hands and count each finger. A man says, "Everything I say is a lie." Does he tell the truth? Does he lie? Or is it impossible to figure it out? The man lies. because if it was indeed the case, then at least one of his statements that he always lies would be true, and it creates a logical paradox. Look at these people. They seem to be sound asleep, but one of them has just sneaked into their bed. Which one is it? It's the girl on the right. She's forgotten to take off her heels. A security guard stops these women before they leave the store. He's sure that one of them is a thief. Look at them attentively and try to figure out which one is a criminal. It's the woman on the right. She's the only one wearing comfortable footwear, most likely for a fast escape. Mark and Amy were parents to a teenager called Jacob. One day, Mark's laptop disappeared, and nobody in the house could find it. They called the police. When a detective arrived and searched the place, he found a note on Mark's desk. It was written by Jacob. The note read, "Wow." The detective immediately figured out who had taken the laptop. Can you crack this case too? It was Amy. If you turn the note upside down, it'll read, "Mom." An archaeologist is exploring an ancient cave in an isolated area. When he's about to leave, the front part of the cave collapses. The man immediately runs inside to save his life. He sees 3 tunnels. Only one leads to safety. The first tunnel is filled with giant mice. The second is home to 12 grizzly bears. The third tunnel leads to a lake swarming with hungry sharks. Which tunnel should he enter? Even though it's not the most pleasant solution, the safest option is the tunnel with mice. They don't attack humans. Mary went to a spa to have a massage. At one point, she dozed off. When it was time to pay, Mary discovered that her money was missing. There were 3 people who could have taken the money. The first employee said that she'd had her lunch at the back of the salon. The second employee claimed she had gone to the storage room to get some massage oil. And another customer explained that she'd been waiting for her turn to get a massage. Who is lying? The second employee. Why would she need to go to the storage if she has a few bottles of oil right there on the table? How good are you at math? We'll see in a moment. If A plus A equals B, B plus B equals D, A plus D equals E, then how much is B plus D plus E equal to? It's the letter K, which equals 11. All these letters represent their positions in the alphabet. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, D equals 4, and E equals 5. 2 plus 4 plus 5 equals 11. And that's the letter K. Thomas loved asking his friends to solve all kinds of funny riddles. If they answered correctly, he helped them with whatever they had problems with. One day, Daniel came to Thomas and asked for help with his math exam. He knew the rules though. He had to solve one riddle first. What kind of running leads to walking? Thomas asked. Do you know the correct answer? Daniel said, running out of gas. And he was right. So Thomas helped him right away. Detective Lawson was working on a tricky case. One day, he vanished. his colleagues found an encrypted note on his desk. It looked like this. The officers knew Lawson had 3 suspects: Milana, Susan, and Emily. Which of them knows something about the detective's disappearance? After some time, one of the police officers cracked the code. D plus 1 equals E, L plus 1 equals M, and so on. It was Emily who knew where the detective was. Can you figure out which of these girls lacks common sense? Well, neither of them is the brightest bulb in the chandelier. The one on the left is going to post a photo of her credit card on her social media. And the one on the right is going to share the details of her ID and plane ticket with her followers. That's incredibly unsafe. Welcome back to our show. Before the break, Mr. Sanders here made it to our grand finale. How do you feel, Mr. Sanders? Nervous. Okay, now to win the main prize of $1 million, all you have to do is name 100 words that do not contain the letter A in 90 seconds. Start the clock. Can you help Mr. Sanders win the prize? He just needs to start counting really fast from 1 to 100. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is no letter A in any of these numbers. Check for yourself. Laura had 2 admirers. One day, she urgently needed cash. But both men told her they didn't want to give her money. At the same time, they promised to buy her whatever she wanted. How did the young lady get out of the situation? Laura brought her first admirer to a clothing store, where she chose an expensive coat. The man paid, and they both left. The next day, the lady came to the same place with her second admirer and acquired the same coat. The third time, she visited the store herself in order to return one of the purchases. Voila! Neither of her admirers was going to suspect her of returning his gift, and she had the cash she needed.
So, you love riddles? Well, here's a treat for you. Some of these puzzles are sneaky, some are fun, and all of them will keep you guessing. Think fast and enjoy. Lisa and Shannon are friends and neighbors. They've agreed to go out tonight, and each of them is preparing in her bathroom. One of the girls is single, and the other one is in a happy relationship. Can you guess who's single? Although both of them have only one towel, one toothbrush, and one bottle of perfume, there's a little clue in Shannon's bathroom, a man's tie on a hook. So Lisa is single. Or at least Lisa's guy doesn't leave stuff behind. Steve and Ashley just got married and went on an exotic and luxurious honeymoon to the Bahamas. When they came back, they decided they didn't want to go back to work and kept traveling the world. Everywhere they went, they stayed only at the most expensive hotels and flew business class. They kept buying each other expensive gifts. After a year of living like this, they became millionaires. How was that possible? Well, when they started on this spending spree, they were billionaires, so they actually lost a lot of money. Louise doubts if her husband is loyal to her. She calls a private detective to see if she's right. The detective asks for some evidence, and she sends him a link to her husband's Instagram. There, he finds a carousel of photos from a party. After looking at the photos carefully, the detective says he is almost sure Louise is right. How did he guess? The man is wearing his t-shirt the proper way in the first 3 photos, but in the 4th one, it's inside out. Who knows what he was really doing at that party? It's 2 a.m. and Sally is waiting for her fiancé, Mike, at home. When she texts him, he sends her a photo and says she has nothing to worry about since he's out with the boys. Still, she decides to call off the wedding. Why? See that hand with perfectly long pink nails? Mike is definitely not out with the boys. There's at least one lady, and she's right next to him. Stephen called the police and told him his wife had gone out to walk their dog, Mr. Poppy, in the morning and disappeared. The police arrived at the house to find possible witnesses. The mailman told them he hadn't seen the woman or her dog for ages. The police instantly knew he was lying. How did they guess? His sleeve is a bit torn, and there's a dog bite on his arm. Plus, he's trying to hide the dog tag Mr. Poppy in his hand. The dog probably tried to protect his owner, so the mailman was up to no good. Lady Sunshine is a famous pop singer. She has many secrets, and all the tabloids are trying to find out at least something. She comes to a small restaurant for a date. There's no one but the waiters inside. 10 minutes later, a huge tabloid posts their photos. Who secretly took them? It's this girl on the right. You can see a wig and some men's clothes in her bag. She was pretending to be a waiter to get close to the celebrity. Mrs. Richardson and her husband got into a car accident. He lost control while driving, but managed to jump out of the car and wasn't hurt. But his wife got locked in and ended up in the water. She lost consciousness, and when she opened her eyes after a few minutes, her husband told her he had done everything to rescue her. She didn't believe him. Why? Mr. Richardson's clothes are completely dry, so he didn't even jump in the water to try to save her. Some other man, who's now all wet, saved her life. Jack collects rare antique items. He enters a small store and wants to buy a painting. The owner honestly tells him it's a copy of a famous artist's work, but he still decides to buy it and pays a lot of money for it. Why? He collects antique items, and that frame looks like it's really old and worth it. Ellie and Lena are best friends. They share everything, and even decide to get married on the same day. Ellie wants an elegant wedding with white and gold as theme colors and classical music. Lena decides to have a rock and roll ball, and the theme colors are black and red. They manage to do everything as they planned, and both of them are happy. How is it possible? Well, they decided to get married on the same day, but not the same year. A thief wants to break into an old widow's house. He watches her for a while and notices that she watches TV all day and she can't see the back door from the point where she sits. She can't hear him either. But once he gets inside the house, the lady immediately pushes the red button and a private security team arrives and ties up the thief. How did she know he got in? The lady wasn't really watching TV, but a live feed from security cameras installed above all doors and windows. Generally boring entertainment, but occasionally very exciting. After taking a shower, Tyler realizes he's lost his wedding ring. Uh-oh, looks like it fell down the drain. When his wife comes back, he's afraid to tell her what happened. But she looks at her husband, asks him to turn around, and pulls the ring out of his hair. What happened, and how did she know the ring was there? So the ring must have gotten caught there while he was in the shower. There's a mirror behind Tyler. The wife noticed the ring in the reflection. Ethan invites everyone to his birthday party, including Sandy, the girl he has a crush on. Sandy didn't show up. She said that on Friday evening there was a power outage and she didn't have any internet or electricity for the whole weekend. That's why she couldn't charge her phone and call Ethan. She decided to stay home and spend both days in front of the computer, writing her midterm papers. Ethan knew she just didn't want to go. Why? A PC doesn't work without power, and a laptop wouldn't last for 2 days without charging. Someone stole rare and expensive jewelry from a famous actress's apartment. Her neighbor accidentally found the jewels in a trash container. The robber must have hidden them there. Then he disappeared into a dark alley. The police caught him and 2 other suspects. Who do you think the thief is here? Look at this guy's shoes. Some salad leaves and other trash have stuck to his sneaker. That's because he's been inside the trash container. Lucy, a rich heiress, got in an accident and lost her memory. 3 people came to visit her and claim that they love her the most. It's her best friend, her long-lost brother, and her aunt. Can you tell who really loves Lucy here? It's just one person. The girl must really be her best friend. Look, they have matching necklaces. Lucy says best, and the girls says friends. It was a rainy night, so Katie and her sister decided to stay at home and watch a movie together. There was a weather forecast after the movie. The lady said it'd keep raining for 2 more days, but in 72 hours it'd be bright and sunny. Katie looked at her sister and said that the weather lady was wrong. How did she know? In 72 hours, it would be the very same time as now. It can't be bright and sunny at night. Christina got sick and asked her boyfriend Nick to go and buy her favorite muffin. The lady who made it came to their town only once a month at midday. Nick forgot about her favor and missed the lady, but he didn't want to admit it and told Christina that all the muffins were sold out when he came. He sent her a picture to prove he was there, but once Christina saw it, she knew Nick was lying. How? The clock in the back clearly points to 5 o'clock. So, how many riddles did you solve? Feel free to brag in the comments below.
It's Halloween, and Lucas went trick-or-treating. He arrived at the neighborhood's scariest house and rang the doorbell. A woman dressed as a witch answered the door. But in a few seconds, Lucas realized she was a real witch. What gave her away? Halloween decorations don't float in the air by themselves. That pumpkin right there has a life of its own. During a marathon, 3 women were about to cross the finish line. As one of them was about to win first place, the organizers of the event received a message saying one of them was not really human. Who? The first woman is sweating a lot, while the second woman is itching her large tattoo. The third woman is about to leap to the finish line, but her legs don't really bend. She must be a robot. Clara is visiting an old haunted house. The tour guide tells her group that there are some ghosts still living there. Clara decides to copy the group and takes pictures of the place, but no one appears in her photo. Why? Plot twist: Clara is the ghost. No one appears in her picture because her phone isn't real and can't really take photos. The giveaway was the fact that Clara is hovering above the ground without touching it. Molly went to winter camp with her best friends. At night, they all heard loud howls coming from the forest. And on the next day, they saw large footprints in the snow. Take a look at the 3 guides that work in the camp. Can you guess which one is a werewolf? The blonde girl is wearing gloves inside a heated cabin. The one with the glasses has scratches on her face. And the one in the middle is wearing boots much larger than his size. That's the one! He's the werewolf! The police station got a call saying that an undercover vampire was passing as a teacher at Middle Moon Elementary School. The officer went down there to check and found 3 possible suspects. Take a look at them and see if you can guess who the vampire is. It's the one in the middle. She's wearing sunglasses inside the cafeteria and drinking a very suspicious red drink. Yikes! When Eric approached the gate of his apartment, he heard the sound of someone bawling. He looked around, but no one was there. That's when he noticed something that scared him and he shouted, "Ghosts!" Look at the image. Can you identify what Eric saw and what scared him so much? The gate lamp isn't attached to the pole. It's floating in the air and somehow still shining bright. This isn't right. Emma went to visit her friend Julie's house. When she arrived, she saw her friend swimming in the pool, but it was late and dark. She bowed down to talk to her friend when another Julie came running from behind telling her not to do that. Can you figure out which one is the real Julie? It's the girl that's outside of the pool. The one inside of the pool is a ghost because the girl is swimming, but there's no movement in the water. Mia is a ghost hunter. One Wednesday night, her smartwatch alerted her to ghost activity in the town's ancient castle. She rushed there and found a dusty room with 5 mirrors. Her ghost detector beeped like crazy. Each mirror showed a different reflection of Mia, but she was quick to find the ghost. Can you find it too? Look closely at the third mirror. Mia is wearing her smartwatch, but her reflection isn't. That's not her. It's the ghost mimicking her. You arrive at a Halloween party. The party's main attraction is entering a room with a real horror story character inside. In the first room, there's a bloodthirsty vampire. In the second room, there's a handcuffed Frankenstein monster. And in the third room, there's a very bad-looking zombie. Which room would you be safer going in? The second room. Since the guy's hands are handcuffed, he can't really hurt you. Brandy and Michelle were both accused of being a vampire after they posted these pictures online. Take a look at them. Which one is a real vampire? It's Brandy, the blonde girl on the left. If you look closely, you can't see her reflection in the mirror. She must be a vampire. Jack works at the morgue. He's doing his morning round, checking on all the new arrivals when he feels something touch his legs. His heart starts beating really fast. Take a look at the image. Can you figure out which of these bodies is still alive? It's the one on the right side. If you check it out, his hand is poking out of the bed and he's twitching his fingers. He must still be alive. Sylvie was walking in a forest late at night. It was a full moon. When she was heading back home, she heard some howling. Out of nowhere, there were 3 werewolves in front of her. She got scared, but that's when she noticed that one of them wasn't a real werewolf. Take a good look at the picture. Can you guess which one is a fake werewolf? It's the one on the left. If you look closely, you'll find there's a zipper on his chest. He's clearly wearing a costume. Beth's best friend from school showed her a picture and asked her to figure out who in the picture wasn't human. She'd get a week's supply of free candy if she could do it. Can you help Beth figure out the answer? It's the boy in the middle. He doesn't have a shadow, which means he's definitely not human. On a sunny Sunday, Mary was strolling along the jetty at the beach when a sea creature snatched her. She woke up in an abandoned underwater castle. To escape, she had to choose one of 3 tunnels. The first had evil glowing eyes blinking. The second was full of sharks. The third held a pirate shipwreck. Which tunnel would be the safest for her to choose? She should choose the third. The pirate ship has already sunk, meaning whatever danger it once held is gone. It's the safest way out for Mary. Bob was scuba diving when he bumped his head into a coral reef. He woke up a few days later in an underwater kingdom. 3 mermaids took him in and helped him get better. When he finally opened his eyes and asked who they were, they all said they were his wife. Take a look at the image. Can you tell which mermaid is telling the truth? If you look closely, the third mermaid to the right is wearing a shellfish ring similar to the one that Bob is wearing. This must mean she is his real wife and the other 2 mermaids were lying. Maya was an undercover police officer. On a Saturday night, she decided to go to the movies. When she arrived, she saw 2 women who looked pretty suspicious. She remembered that the police were tracking down a girl who was actually a zombie. Take a look at both women. Can you tell which one is the zombie? It's the lady on the left. Her eyes are staring blankly ahead and she's making weird sounds.